What's up, guys? Happy Monday.
We're here for week 3 of the Flip It for Christmas challenge.
That's right, week 3, guys. We are stoked to be on here. Go ahead.
You made it, week 3. We're excited.
You did, and we've had some crazy results. You guys have been commenting on all the money that you've made, and yeah, it's just been amazing. We're super excited to be able to help you guys do that and to watch you guys do that. It's so exciting for us. So
I want to share some of those in just a minute, too. And we got our names for the drawing. So we'll do that later in a little bit, too, for people who completed the homework this week.
That's right.
A couple people less than last time. We still got a good chunk in here.
That's all right.
So we got to get
$50 gift card for eBay. Super excited to give that to one of you guys tonight as well. So we'll do that drawing in a little bit.
And comment below if you were able to get it done. Last week's homework done, or if you didn't, like what was holding you back. We want to know your obstacles because we want to combat those. We want to get through those. So any of those hurdles. So let us know.
And then tonight is eBay, guys. We're going to jump on why we make our money on eBay, why you guys should use eBay, and we'll give you guys some tips and stuff like that we're going to get into for the training. The meat and potatoes of the training tonight will be eBay. So I'm excited about that.
Yeah. So yeah, done.
Cool.
Awesome, Becca. Awesome. Yeah, so we wanted to recap before we get started.
Yeah.
Kind of recap what we've gone through already. So
for the last 2 weeks, we wanted to go through that. The first week we gave you, and now I'm drawing blank, so you'll have to remind me.
How to find items.
That's it.
So,
we gave you how to find those items in your house, declutter the house, take
them on Facebook
3 to 5 of those items and list them on Facebook Marketplace. So you guys did that the first week. That was our training for the first week. The second week, we gave you some more, what are they called? Some more apps, some more
ways to find free items.
Exactly.
So not just your own items that you have in the house.
Exactly. So you could go out and find free items, not investing in items, just get those free items that people are giving away. And then you could actually list them on 2 other apps, which was Craigslist, OfferUp, and then you also had Facebook Marketplace from the first week training. So those were the trainings that we did for the last 2 weeks. And tonight we are going to jump into a little bit about eBay and why you should be selling on eBay to make the most out of your money. Exactly. Why we make the majority of our money from eBay. So,
and yeah, so bring your questions at the end. We'll definitely be answering those. Angela Dunn made 157 so far.
Awesome. Great job.
Awesome. You still have 2 weeks left. We've only had 2 full weeks. And can you believe it's already the middle of November? What in the world?
I know, it's crazy.
How in the heck? That's awesome, though.
Sweet.
We did want to give a shout out to, we had 2 members, both actually hit 1K. Annette was her first, hit $1,000 her first week of listing items. She did sell some on eBay. But big shout out to you, Annette.
Nice work, Annette. That's awesome.
Awesome. We're so excited for you.
We love celebrating the wins. That's what we're here for, is to be able to celebrate those wins with everybody. Super excited about that. And Annette, 7 days, $1,000. Yeah, that's killing it. So that's awesome.
And Lindy did the same, $1,000.
Good job, Lindy. Lindy's been around for a while. We love seeing Lindy and what she's doing. So it's amazing.
Yeah, she did it. She's killing it with golf clubs lately.
That's awesome.
Rocking it. Awesome. Yeah, so, and what we did this week, we actually hit our $250 goal.
We did?
We had a yard sale, and that's another way to, we talked about it last week too, to sell items is a yard sale. Now, some people are probably in the snow right now, so you can't really do a yard sale. Maybe you could do a garage sale, but you still want to do more outside. I get it. But if you're not, you're having nice weather right now, the yard sale is perfect.
It is. It is. We made what, just shy of
$516.
Oh, so a little over $500. And my sister actually came over, and they were selling clothes that they were going to donate to Salvation Army Goodwill. Bags and bags of clothes, and they ended up making close to $400 at the same yard sale at our house doing that. So the potential is endless for this stuff, guys, that you have in the house that you need to get rid of. You're going to donate it. You're going to throw it away, whatever you're going to do with it. Take a little bit extra time, a little bit of extra effort, and make that money, make that $250 for Christmas, the challenge. So that's what we're trying to give you guys. Like we said, the quickest, the easiest wins is what we wanted to do with this whole 4-week challenge. That was our goal. So hopefully you guys are loving it. And
our yard sale wasn't anything. A lot of times we do have some of our old inventory or some stuff that you have that just hasn't sold in a while, or that is higher dollar that we know can sell at a yard sale or whatever, but you didn't really pull out a lot of your stuff. It was mostly our kids' stuff.
Kids' stuff out of the house. That's it.
You do like to buy the kids' stuff at the flea market, like toys and stuff. So they did have a lot of stuff that they needed to get rid of. So, but most of it was their stuff because we're moving around rooms, and I want to redo their rooms, and they want them done like in shark and mermaid and unicorn theme. And I'm like, well, let's clear out your rooms. Let's sell some of your stuff, and then we can use the money to buy fun shark pillows and unicorn sheets or whatever. So they were all about that. So it was pretty exciting. It's pretty fun.
They were excited to sell stuff, which is awesome. Like I said, I didn't have enough time to get through a lot of my stuff. I still have a lot of stuff in my garages that I need to get rid of, but a lot of that stuff we didn't pull out. We didn't have a lot of that stuff go. So
it was mostly our house stuff.
It was just house stuff from cleaning and decluttering the bedrooms, the kids' rooms, and stuff like that. So, like I said, it's just the potential is endless that you can get and find stuff in your house. And if you can't, you go on and find those free stuff on the apps that you don't have to pay for stuff. So
there's so many ways to find items and so many ways to sell them. So and you don't have to do them all. Like you can find what you like to do eventually once you get going.
Yeah.
So,
Kayla
just said sold almost $500 her last 2 flea markets.
Good for
She's
you.
been selling at their local flea market.
Awesome. That's awesome. Good for you.
Yeah.
That's killer.
Eric had a question. What's holding me back? I'm not confident I can correctly appraise the item I find. I don't comprehend what I'm doing yet, so the work seems overwhelming. So
yeah, appraising the item. That's where we kind of talked about it. I think it was last week or the week before. If you can find what retail is on the item, and I don't know if this is going in for what you have in your house decluttering or an item that you're outsourcing or you're getting for free. Typically, a good rule of thumb is to take that item, take 50% of the retail value on the item. So, for instance, if you have a stove, that might be a little big, but whatever, you have a stove that was $1,000 retail stove, you should be roughly at around, depending on condition and all that kind of stuff, roughly at $500 for that stove if you want to be comparable. The other thing you can do is jump in and check what is selling on Facebook Marketplace for that exact item. Like I said, the stove is the first thing. You can jump in and type in the type of stove, try to find one similar if you can that's selling, and then be comparable with the price. It might be a little bit more than 50% of retail. It might be a little bit less. But you want to be comparable, whatever platform you're listing it on, that you're asking the right price for it. Now, for us, it's different with eBay. A lot of our stuff, we're able to go into eBay. We want to check completed listings in it. And we'll get into some more of this in a little bit. But you want to go in and you want to find out what stuff is sold for. And then you have a better idea of what you can sell yours for, depending on condition and depending on if you're willing to ship. So it is. It takes time to learn the skills. But
once you learn them,
exactly.
It's not.
You can keep duplicating it.
It's simple.
It's
not easy to start, but it's simple once you get past those first little bit.
Right? It is for sure. So you just have to learn the skills, and then you can keep duplicating it to keep making money. So, but it does get easier the better you get at it. The more that you practice, the more consistent you are with the whole process. It does get easier to keep making money and keep duplicating it. So
yeah. Consistency really is huge.
It is.
Like, that's even what Lindy had posted in our group, saying that just by being consistent, she was able to make those extra sales. And she's been selling for a while, but if you're not consistent, you post here and there, you don't get as many sales as if you're we're going to list something every day. So that's exciting. One thing I wanted to say too, with our yard sale is 2 items we actually sold during the yard sale. I posted on Facebook Marketplace simultaneously. Yeah. So that, because they were larger items, it was a bunk bed and our son's like what is it? The
race car, Hot
Wheels track kit. So those I knew were a little more expensive. So I posted them on Marketplace and I sold them throughout the sale too. And I did get a little bit familiar with promoted listings too. One of them I did promote and one of them wasn't. So we're gonna do a video later on this week on that. So to talk about that from Marketplace. So I was kind of excited to see what we found.
Well, we kind of mentioned that last week or the week. Last week we did. Yeah. Okay. About Marketplace, it was not getting as much views. Our items were not getting as much
organically, views typically
as they used to. So Facebook wants you to promote them now. So we talked about that. Melissa did some trial stuff on that and got some great results. So we'll share that with you guys as well. So
we'll do a video on that. So that's just what I wanted to add. So what are some of the reasons why we like to sell on eBay? What are the pros to selling on eBay?
Yeah, definitely. So we'll break this down, guys. If you think about reselling as a whole, you take a yard sale. If we did this yard sale over the last weekend, we might have had a total of, who knows, 200, 300, 400 people come through that. You don't think that many?
I don't know.
Maybe 200, 300 people come in through that yard sale. And that's what we were able to reach from the yard sale. Take that to a little bit bigger platform, which would be Facebook Marketplace, OfferUp, Craigslist, and you're going to reach a little bit more. In larger towns, you're going to reach anywhere from 40 to 60,000 people that might be registered or might be using the app in that area. Well, eBay has over 182 million registered users. That's throughout the world. So smaller stuff that you're actually shipping, you're offering that you can ship to Europe, you can ship to all over the world. You're not limited to the local market. Now, that's why we sell on eBay, is because we have the potential of reaching that many more people. You're not reaching every single one of those 182 million, only the people who are looking for that item. But with the larger numbers, that means there's going to be more people looking for that exact item. So that's why we have chosen eBay. That's why we sell on eBay, and we make the majority of our money on eBay, is because we reach so many more people.
And people ask about the fees with eBay. Well, do the fees make it not worth it? But actually, when you're selling on eBay, you can charge more than a local market. So we typically, like when we sell something on eBay, if I'm going to list it on Marketplace, I take away pretty much what my fees would be and sell it for that price, because I know I can't get what I'm asking for on eBay, if that makes sense. So the fees really, they're worth it because you can sell it for a lot more.
Yeah.
So
The other way that you're able to sell it for a lot more is when you offer shipping. So this is where we come into being able to make a lot more money on items, because we will offer shipping on large items. A lot of people will not. They'll do local pickup. Just like that stove I told you about. That stove you might be able to sell at a garage sale for $100. You might be able to get it on Facebook Marketplace and sell it for $300. So where eBay, if you offer shipping, and I'll give you a great example of this. We just, let's scratch the stove example, and we'll go to a washer machine. We just bought a new set. A new to us set from one of my contacts. We paid $140 for a nice washing machine and a dryer.
I'm really excited about them. They're really nice.
They are really nice. So we got those to update our other set that we've had for years, and they were not a matching set that we had. So we paid $140 from my contact. Nothing wrong with them. He knew that there was nothing wrong with them. We bought them from him. I threw the washing machine onto eBay and to the local market. Facebook Marketplace, I think we put it on as well. On eBay, we listed it for $399 with free shipping, and we were able to sell that within a matter of, it was less than 2 weeks. Yeah. We sold it for $399 on this washer that we bought originally. I bought it from an auction for, I think it was $35. So we used it for a couple years. We paid $35 for it. We sold it on eBay because it reaches so many more people for $399. Cost me, I think I paid $100, $120 for shipping. So it takes out of the profit, but at the same time, it reaches a larger market, so you're able to sell it quicker and offer it at a larger, a higher price than you can selling it locally. So locally, we might have been able to get, I don't know, $150 for that, but when we offer it to a larger market, we're able to get more money out of it. What did you list it for? $399.
No, locally.
I think I had it for $200, and I knew that somebody would offer less, but we didn't have any responses on it. So that's the difference between eBay and a local market. So not wrong, but it's just one of those things that you want to get your items out to as many people as you can, that you have the opportunity to sell it for a lot more money. So
typically we like to cross post on eBay and Facebook Marketplace. So those are our two biggest ones that we like to use for the most part. But there are tons of apps to use. What was and about the shipping. So one of the biggest concerns that people have is losing money on shipping. So how do you deal with the shipping costs?
And shipping is, eBay has changed this through the last couple of years. They've offered calculated shipping. So you can go in and actually, before you list an item, you can get it, find the right size box, find the weight of it, the dimensions of it. When you're listing an item, you can use calculated shipping. So it takes all the guesswork out of it. eBay will calculate your zip code to whatever zip code it's going to, and they will charge the buyer the right amount for shipping. Now, you'll get that when the buyer pays. They'll pay you the right amount for shipping. It's already in the box. You already have it all set up to go. All you do is print out the label, slap it on there, and go. That's the best part. eBay has, and it wasn't like this when I started using eBay, but eBay has really, really become more user-friendly with shipping. So it's kind of foolproof that you can actually do it and not have to lose money or have to worry about it when you're actually selling something.
Yeah. So a question. Eric asked, do you have to advertise that $399 washing machine? No, and we just listed it on eBay. So I think that's what you're asking. Did you have to advertise? Did you have to advertise that $399 washing machine?
I'm not understanding what advertising.
Like advertise, did you have to?
No, it just posted it on eBay. Yeah.
So we didn't have to do any, run any ads to it or do anything like that.
We don't pay for our listings.
No.
Very seldom will I actually boost. And to be honest with you, I can't even remember last time I did that. But we just listed on eBay, and we listed with a buy it now price.
We do promoted, but very low. So.
Yeah, it wasn't an auction, so I didn't auction it. I actually listed it for a buy it now price that I wanted $399 for it, and that's what it sold for. So we did offer the shipping, like I said, and we were able to ship it. But if we didn't offer shipping, we're still limited to eBay's local market to us, it didn't sell locally in eBay's market. It sold actually where did I ship that to? I think I shipped it to Texas or I don't know, somewhere up in the upper state. So
Texas is not really
whatever, you know.
I guess
mean.
it's kind of
northern from us, exactly. So yeah, but anyways, that's where somebody bought it, was a northern state from us. So that if it was a local, that would have been great, but it didn't sell locally. It actually sold on eBay for a northern state.
Susan asked, what does that include the shipping? No, we paid $120 for shipping.
Yeah, I did free shipping. I like to do free shipping on a lot of my stuff. I knew that it would not cost me over $150 for that, for a washing machine, just because we've been shipping a lot of stuff. I mean, for the last couple of years, we've really honed in our freight shipping, and that's how I know what something's going to cost me to ship from here to California, the furthest away. I have a good idea of what it's going to cost me, so I do free shipping.
So after shipping and after fees, we made about $240. So $240, and we couldn't sell it on Marketplace or other. Did you do an offer up to? We couldn't sell it locally for $200.
Yeah.
And we made $240 profit after shipping and after fees on eBay. So
listed the same amount of time in both, and eBay sold first, and we made more money on it. So
one thing that before we move on, there's a lot of good questions and comments, and we'll jump into those in just a second. I wanted to ask who is currently selling on eBay, and if you're not selling on eBay, what is your biggest
what's holding you back?
What's your biggest obstacle? So because we want to talk about those too.
For sure.
And also we are going to send out a video on how to list on eBay, so we'll be sending that out tomorrow. But there's one. I always thought eBay was nothing because we have Amazon, and Amazon, that's a great question.
It is. It is, because they go hand in hand. But the thing about eBay, why we don't sell on Amazon, is because all of our stuff is used. The majority of what we buy and sell is used. The difference between Amazon is they'll ship quick and you can get it fairly quick. But if you do a comparison with some of the items that you'll find on Amazon versus what you can find on eBay, a lot of people they're buying items off of eBay, charging more money, selling them on Amazon, or vice versa. So you have to check both markets when you're buying something, because we buy on Amazon. We don't sell on Amazon, but we buy on Amazon and we buy on eBay, and we sell on eBay. So they go hand in hand, to be honest. They're both big marketplaces, but for us, the used items are what we sell. That's what our bread and butter are. So that's what we sell for on eBay, and we can't do the same thing on Amazon.
When I checked actually today, I was looking up the statistic, and Amazon for online marketplace is #1, Walmart's #2, and eBay's #3.
Wow, cool. Those are good.
From what I was looking at today.
Cool.
But yeah, so it's just a different market. Like, we really don't have a desire to sell on Amazon, and a lot of people do it, and it's great, but it's just not our business model to sell.
The other thing is Amazon, they pretty much require you to take returns. We do not take returns on our items. We list them properly. We do the proper pictures. We do the proper disclosures. So we're telling people exactly what to expect with our items. We don't overpromise. Our goal is to underpromise and overdeliver on our items, so people have a good expectation of what they're getting when they're buying from us. That's taken us years to get to our system that we use, but it's, like I said, it's great because people buy stuff. They have the proper expectations. When they get it, they're happy with the item. We get good feedback. We have 100% feedback on our eBay stores. So yeah, that's just a great thing.
I'm
got any questions?
Dorothy started on selling on eBay this week. Had my first sale today. Awesome.
Good for you. Great job.
Selling on eBay. Have a seller's account. Just started. Awesome, guys. Got a lot of people finding boxes to ship items. Selling mostly on eBay. Good job.
Good.
Eric was also asking, not selling on eBay. The application process is intimidating to me. I'm dreading what they'll want with checking on papers. So I don't know if are you in a different country?
Out of the country? Yeah, you might be.
You might have different rules and requirements. In the U.S., it's not that hard to set up an account.
No,
you just
really
need
easy.
An extra bank account that if you're, so far they're still starting. The last time I just set up an account for the kids recently, and they still use PayPal, but everybody's getting switched to managed payments. So you'll need a bank account for the money to go to, and an email address, and an address is a shipping address. So you don't need a lot of information. You do have to be over 18 to do it, but there's not a lot of application process, but other countries might. So
yep. Any more?
I'm scrolling. Sorry, I'm slow. Selling a little on eBay, shipping options are overwhelming, and having to get everything boxed up first shows the whole process.
Yeah.
Slows the whole process down.
It does, but you want to make sure you're learning this process the proper way. So you'll get the hang of when stuff starts selling and you see what size box you're shipping in, and you notice it's going to wherever, a couple states over versus, a long ways away. You'll notice how much you're spending on shipping on average, and then you'll get better and better. That's just like us. I don't ever box anything before I list it. I know I have a rough idea of what I'm going to have to spend on shipping, and then I just add it into the price. I add on top of it, so I do a free shipping typically. Or if I want to mix things up, I'll charge some money for shipping and then do a flat rate shipping cost. So for everybody who's starting out on eBay, I recommend you doing the calculated shipping. The calculating shipping will help you. It is a great tool to be able to use to get the hang of how to do shipping. So like I said, once you do,
then you don't have to use it as much. Like I typically charge for shipping. I don't do as much free shipping on my items, but I don't box them up before anymore. So, but even though it does take more time in the beginning, it actually saves you time
easier at the end.
in the end. So once you sell the item, as long as it's marked right, you have the right item, you just bring it to print the label and bring it to the post office.
Yep, exactly.
So it actually does not save you time. I guess you're doing the same amount of time, but in the end, it saves you money.
Yeah.
Or saves you time. How do you handle returns if someone isn't happy with the item?
That's what I was just kind of talking about. Our systems it's taken us years. Back when I first started selling on eBay, I didn't do this right. I kind of overpromised and underdelivered. So something that I purchased used, I thought it was in great condition and I listed it. This is spectacular. It's awesome. The buyer got it and they're like, yeah, there's scratches on this. This is not in great condition. But to me, it looked like it was in good condition. So we way underpromise and then we overdeliver. So our buyers are happy with our items just because we're very honest with them. If we're able to test the item, we say this is what it is. It's sold as is. I wasn't able to test it. It's sold for parts or repair. All that kind of stuff. You just want to be as honest as you can with your buyer and definitely underpromise. So on all of our items, we put, please, this item is used. Please expect normal wear, slights or scratches, scuffs, scrapes, all that kind of stuff you want to put with all of your listings, even if it doesn't have anything on it. Then when the buyer gets it, they see that and then they're happy with it and give you good feedback. So typically we do not get return requests. That's not something that's normal for us. We have had them. It does happen in every once in a while, but very seldom does it happen. And the other thing is, if it does happen, it might be because it got broken in shipping. But
then that's not a return. It's a damage claim. So that goes through the shipping company.
Exactly. And if you're doing everything right, you do not have to worry about that as well because you have insurance on your item when it is shipped. So it is 100% covered as long as it's packaged properly and you pay the extra money for insurance. You're covered on that too. And we've had, I can't tell you how many items we've had damaged throughout the years, and we've gone through the process and we've really nailed that down as well. So, but yeah, it is a little intimidating at first, but you will get the hang of it.
Yeah. Just started on eBay, scared of doing the packaging part. Do you just get the packaging from the post office, or how do you do that? We reuse a lot of boxes. I actually just got, I was really excited when somebody posted this in our group, these little stickers that eBay gives you in some of your shipping supplies when you have your $25 coupon, your quarterly coupon. If you have a store, they have these stickers that they say reuse like good for the planet, reuse packaging. I'm like, yes, I love to reuse packaging. So it just makes it even better. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I got the stickers, but we reuse Amazon boxes. We reuse any kind of, we do get stuff delivered to the house like anybody, like all the time. And we reuse those boxes all the time. And we save all the packaging inside, all the air pockets. We save everything. It goes in a closet, and that's what we use for.
Exactly.
And sometimes we'll get stuff from the post office. But you have to figure out if it's more cost effective to ship like the flat rate with them. So it just depends on the weight. If it's a heavy, small item, for sure, get that.
But to answer your question, the majority of, if you just do 2 to 3 inches of packaging around, that's bubble wraps, that's peanuts for items that are not super heavy. If you have 2 to 3 inches of packing around your item, whatever you're shipping, and it's tightly in the box. So when you put it in the box, you can't shake it and hear it hitting on all sides. It has to be in there nice and tight is how you want to do it. If you do that 2 to 3 inches, you'll be covered for insurance claims on that. And then also you take pictures of your items when you're wrapping them, when you're putting in the box, so you have documentation. If you do have to go and claim insurance on something, you have the documentation to prove how it was boxed before the buyer got it.
Shipping is too high. We don't, we mark it into our cost if we do free shipping. So we're not eating the cost of shipping, or we pass it on to the buyer and they're paying for shipping. If it's an item that they can't really find anywhere, then they're going to pay the shipping typically, like some unique things like furniture, or there's tons of stuff that it's harder to find and harder to get to ship to you. So they'll pay for the shipping, or we put it into the price of the shipping. And Joan said they sell on eBay when they're higher ticket items, and that makes sense too. Like it has to be worth the cost for somebody to want to get it shipped to them. So we typically don't list anything under $50. Like, but now with the kids account, I'm doing more smaller stuff, so like $15, $20. But if it's a $2 item, it's not going to be. It's not worth your time. It's fine if you're just building feedback and you just want to get the feedback, but to actually start making money with this, you want to do a little bit higher. Like I would do at least like $15 to $20 to get started.
And that's what even our normal business model, we look for high retail items. That's what we look for. High retail item that are undervalued in the local market. So we're looking for stuff that we can get anywhere from 20 to 30 bucks that's worth anywhere from $300 to $500 or even more. That's what we typically look for when we're sourcing. So you have to be on eBay to make good money. You have to have those higher retail items to sell. That's like, just like I was telling you about the washer machine. That washer machine probably retailed, I don't know, for $1,000 back when it was new. And the going rate on that washer machine, I didn't know what the going rate was until I started looking and seeing what they were selling for and what they had them listed for. So that's how I figured out to price it at about $400. But the difference between me and a lot of sellers was we were willing to ship it, and I did free shipping on that. So we still made decent money on it. We only paid like $35 for the sucker, used it for years, and then still made over $200 on the item. So that's just one of those things. You want higher items, higher retail value on the items.
It doesn't have to be a couple. Like that's
that's what we do. Yeah. And you don't have to start there. You can start with the smaller items, but you just have to remember it's not worth it for somebody to get something. You know, you're selling something for $20 and it's going to take you $10 or $15 to ship it, and it's only worth $25.
Yeah.
People will not buy stuff like that.
You
have to be giving them a good enough deal with shipping included, or whatever you do, free shipping or charging them for shipping, that it's underneath what they would cost if it was retail, but it's in good use condition, something like that.
Yeah. So if you can find something at a thrift store that for $5 and it's worth retail $40 and you can sell it for 20 or 25, then it could be worth it.
Well,
so you have to, you have to, factor in those costs, but you have to make sure that your profit is there whenever you're buying something.
And walk away from it if it's not. There's many items. I mean, like we talked about all the ways you can get free items. There's many ways to find items out there without having to break the bank on buying items to resell.
Yeah. How to reach more people on eBay. I listed something about having a hard time reaching people. So that could be partly your experience on eBay, partly not like experience. I mean, like how much feedback you have, how often you're listing, your title, your searchability. I don't know if you want to
Well, we tell people consistency is huge. So if you listed one item, and you're not getting any views on it, try to list a couple items. We see huge results when you list every single day. Like it's consistency listing. So the other thing is check your title. Make sure, go in and check some other listings for that same item that you have. See what other buzzwords they have, because how eBay works is in your search browser, the only thing that's popping up is in your title. So if you listed Whirlpool washer machine, if that's all you, 2 words, Whirlpool washer machine, and you left that as your title, people might go in and search top load or front load or all kinds of different words that they might jump in there to do. You want to have as many buzzwords in that title that you're allowed to use. I think they give you 88 characters, something like that. Try to fill that title up as much as you can. And you might have already done this. I'm just trying to give you some ideas of how to check it to get it seen better. We don't, like I said, we don't typically do promoted items. We don't pay extra to have them promoted. You can if you have enough money built into your items. Typically, we just don't do it. eBay's really cool because even if you start listing, like I said, you have enough items to start listing one a day for the next 30 days, you'll start to see sales. I guarantee it, you'll start to see sales. The other thing about it is the items that aren't selling, that are sitting on there a little bit longer, they start to go into Google. And when people search for those items in Google, eBay starts popping up as, hey, this is on eBay for this price. And then Google starts funneling people over to eBay to buy your item. So that's another great point. So if you have something on there, I would urge you to keep listing stuff, but you have something that's sitting for a little while, it will get seen and it will get sold the more consistent you are posting on eBay.
And build up the feedback. I don't know, your feedback might be great, but people who, when you're just starting out too, like your feedback is so important. People don't want to buy from somebody who has 1 or 2 feedback or none. I mean, obviously you will have to get it eventually, but if you can go buy some items for small little costs that you already are going to use, if you have a brand of shampoo and conditioner or whatever it is that you like, and you can buy it on eBay for the same cost, totally do that, because that'll help get your buyer feedback up, and then people will see that feedback was a good transaction, and your seller feedback will start to grow as well. So
feedback is huge. If you can get, when you're starting out, if you can get up to 40, 50, 60 feedback, yeah, you'll start to you'll
sell a lot quicker.
Exactly. You'll start to see it. People will see that you're a legit seller, and they'll start buying from you as well.
And even in the beginning, you can start selling stuff that you really were gonna just donate anyway. So if you break even and don't make anything, it's okay, but you're building your feedback. So I mean, don't sell junk, but sell something that you're gonna donate and you know it works. Sell it for a really low cost, so the buyer's getting a good deal, and they'll be leaving positive feedback. So, and that's how you can grow your feedback quicker. Rhonda asked, but then you had to spend all the time palleting for that shipment for your washer. So is it worth the $40, or am I missing something?
If I could have sold it locally for the 200, which I'm positive if somebody would have seen it, they would have wanted it for 125, 150. Yes, for me to pallet that didn't even take me 10 minutes. I threw it on a pallet. I put 2 straps on it. That was it. So yes, it is worth it for me to do that. But it might not be worth it for you, which is okay. There's many ways to skin a cat. You don't have to do it the same way we're doing it. That's what we worked into our business model. I got rid of it fairly quick. We made some good money on it. So no, if I would have sold it locally,
it would have been nice to sell locally.
Exactly, I would have done it. I would have sold it locally, but it did not sell locally. It sold on eBay to somebody in another state. So that's why we shipped it that way. So
we do like selling locally too, because then you don't have the shipping
exactly,
and it's nice. But
that's why we cross post. That's why we do that.
It sold in 2 weeks, so that was nice too to get it out. So so on eBay last year sold 10 light up pumpkins and they pay for shipping. Yep. Awesome.
Yeah, that's the cool thing about shipping is you can have, as long as you're under retail and you're giving them a good deal, you're getting your items. All of our money is made in the buy. So you want to get the items as cheap as you can get them.
And free, like we talked about.
Exactly. So you want to do that. All your money is made in that buy. If you're giving them a good enough deal and they're paying on top of it for shipping, but they're still getting it a better deal than they can find anywhere else, they're going to buy it from you. That's what you have to remember.
While we're sitting here, Rebecca's like, cha-ching, just made a sale.
Nice. We love it.
Have the volume up, so it was especially fun. I know, I hate when the volume's down and you don't hear
miss it. Yeah.
Yeah. Man, there's so many comments. I'm sorry if I missed. Y'all made me realize I'm dreading selling the stuff in my house this week, but I can smooth out the process and make a higher dollar. I can set up the eBay sellers account. Awesome. Yeah.
Yeah. eBay selling account for US is not difficult. It's really quick to go in and do it. So, and I would urge you to do it, and don't do it on super, super expensive items when you're starting out. Start out with some lower dollar items. Like Melissa said, buy some items on eBay, start getting your feedback up with buying and selling lower dollar items, and save some of those bigger items. Save those until your feedback starts getting up and people start seeing you as a legit seller and, with great feedback, and then start throwing them in there and do that. So, but it will take you a little bit of time to do it. I think TJ, I mean, he built his, he started doing crazy buying and selling small items and stuff like that. He got over 100 feedback.
I think 50 right away, and then up to 100.
Yeah, it really, really quick. Like so you can do it if you are consistent and you're really working towards it. You can do it in a fairly quick time, and then that's where you'll be able to sell and make some good money on eBay.
Yeah, Ken said, I find it easier to list on Facebook Marketplace, less risk of returns and cash in person on sales, and less risk of being scammed too. And that it is a little bit easier because local, but in some respect, it's not too, because then in Facebook Marketplace, you have to still meet with the buyer and you have to schedule a time, whereas shipping is kind of nice.
Yeah, so, but the one thing about Facebook Marketplace that you cannot get, that you can get on eBay, you're getting it to a large number of people who are willing to pay more. So something on Facebook Marketplace that you're not having to ship, but at the same time, you're not going to be able to sell it for as much money as you're getting it to all the people on eBay. So I'm telling you.
That's why we cross post, because we like both. We really do like to do both. I am a little concerned of where Facebook Marketplace is going with their, because we used to do a lot more sales on Facebook Marketplace than we do now. But we can't offer shipping for most of our stuff through Facebook Marketplace because it's too big and they won't allow it. If they would allow it, then we would would sell a lot more. So if you have items that you can ship through Facebook Marketplace too, that would show it more.
And you might not be seeing this yet, but they're trying to make it to pay, which is not anything
pay to play.
new.
Pay to play.
You got to pay before your item sells. That's what Melissa even found out this last week when we sold a couple items. She had to boost them or had to promote them, and you're promoting them before you sell them. So eBay is not like that. You can list on eBay, and you don't have to pay till the back end. That's when eBay charges you after your item sells. So there's going to be, trust me, stuff is going to switch around.
To both,
exactly, stuff's going to switch around with Facebook. They're not out to give people stuff for free. They want to make their money. That's what they've set up their system to do. So. In our area, we're seeing the changes right now, and that's what we have to do to be able to sell. Is we have to pay that extra money.
And not that it wasn't worth it, because
no, it's not.
It was
it's
worth
just
it
different
to do. Yeah. So, but yeah, it's just changing. So we'll see how it goes. Do you use your home address for, I'm assuming for shipping is what she's saying on eBay.
Yeah, I mean, use a P.O. box if you can.
Yeah. You can't buy stuff though with a P.O.
That's
box.
the problem. You can't receive stuff in. But I think you can swap around your address. When you're buying stuff, you can have it shipped to your house versus the P.O. box.
But you could use a P.O. box for
the shipping out. Yeah.
Sorry. I made the realization this week I was getting around $5 per item. Started this past week listing items higher than $15 profit. Good.
Awesome. Great job.
Yeah. I thought you used to charge shipping. Why did you change to free?
Yeah, I mix it around and I do quite a bit. But even on a lot of stuff for even freight, I do free shipping. So it all just depends. It depends on what I feel like when I'm listing it. And I'll see what the other market is. If people are charging a lot of money for shipping, sometimes I'll try and bring down the price, because it also depends on the buyer. When the buyer sees it and it's a less price, and then they see the price for shipping, sometimes that looks better, more appealing to them to see an item for $3.99 with free shipping versus an item for you bring it down to whatever it is, $2.50 with $150 shipping. Sometimes it looks more appealing that they're going to pay less on the item and then they have to pay on shipping. So like I said, I switch it around all the time. The majority of the stuff that I've been doing recently is free shipping because I know what it's going to cost me to do it.
I still do.
Does.
I usually add shipping.
Yeah, flat rate.
And I sometimes make it lower and build the rest. Like I know I'll do shipping for $10, but I know it's going to cost me more, but it's kind of built in the cost. So so they look like they're getting, it's not that expensive to ship this stroller or whatever. No, maybe I don't do $10 for it, but I kind of play back and forth to see. I see a lot of furniture listed for free from online Facebook group, but I don't have a way to pick it up. Any suggestions?
Yeah, go rent a truck from U-Haul, or if it's a good piece, go rent a truck from U-Haul or Lowe's or Home Depot or a friend. Yeah, because you can rent a truck for, I think it's $19 a day. Excuse me, $19 a day is usually what most of those like Lowe's, Home Depot, or even U-Haul, I think that's what they advertise them for. So if you don't have a truck, or if you have a car that has a hitch and you can go pull a trailer, do the same thing. Grab a trailer and do it.
What are your thoughts of shipping large items from Canada to the USA, or should I stick with selling online only? Selling only within Canada for large items specifically?
I don't have that much experience on large items shipping, other than we've shipped some through global shipping.
Yeah.
But I don't have enough experience to tell you from Canada over to the US.
If the item is available for global shipping, if it lets you do it, then I would do it, because you're still only responsible for shipping it to Canada.
Yeah.
And it'll show the buyer the price, so the buyer's paying for.
They're charging the buyer for the extra.
But other than that, I probably wouldn't do it right.
Canada shouldn't be that far behind following suit with some type of global program to where they're going to give you a hub in Canada. That they're going to take it. They're going to let you ship it to the hub, and then they'll ship it over the States or wherever, to Europe, wherever you're going with it. So you shouldn't be that far off.
Because you did ship something global shipping that was big. What was it recently? It was last month. I can't remember. Any advice for selling vintage vacuums on eBay?
Yeah, go check and see what they're selling for, and then go and sell them.
Good sometimes.
Some high dollar vacuums, Kirby, Rainbow. I'm trying to think of what the other ones are. There's a whole bunch of vintage or older ones that are worth good money on eBay if you have the good models. But go in there and research them. Go and look for completed listings. Go look at active listings. You'll get a good idea of what you're going to get out of it. And
same for the next person asked about VHS tapes. So
same thing. Go in there and do a little bit of research. Go into the search bar, type in what VHS tape that you have, and see what they're selling for and what they've sold for. That's what you want to do to get a good idea of what you can sell them for. So some of that stuff, I'm telling you, some of those even vacuums, I mean, they're worth some money. And some of them are not, but the majority of them, like we just got that one that we told you about, the Dyson, out of the trash. It wasn't vintage or anything, but we're going to make more money on parting that thing out than we were going to being able to sell it. So being able to sell it as a whole, fixing the problem with it and selling it whole, we're going to make a lot more money parting it out. So, and it might be the same way with the vintage vacuum cleaners. You might be able to sell them for more money on the parts. You just have to go in and do a little bit of research on eBay.
How long do you leave something on eBay?
It all depends. If it's something small that I can put up on a shelf, I'll leave it on there as long as I need to. Until it sells. Sometimes we'll run a weekend sale and lower the price a little bit for a weekend sale. But the majority of the time I put it on there, and like I said, it gains that momentum when it's on eBay for so long. Then when people search in Google for it, eBay throws that up, or Google throws up the eBay listing, and you'll funnel people in from Google. So sometimes stuff will sell super quick, and sometimes it doesn't. I've had stuff on 3 months, 6 months. items that I'll hold on to them if the price is there, if I'm going to make good money. Now, I don't recommend people doing that with $25, $50 items. Our items are usually a couple $100s, up to thousands of dollars. I'll sit them on there for a little while and just wait till the buyer comes and then buys it. So,
yeah. Stephen asks, how many items would you suggest before starting an eBay store? Any thoughts? We actually just did a video on this not that long ago. I see that you're on YouTube. Is an eBay store worth the cost? So it's not exactly like how many items. You do want a lot of volume, but we actually don't do a lot of volume. But for us, it was worth it to get a store because they cap the limit of your fees once you hit a certain amount of money. And also, what was another? You still get a $25 coupon every 4 months. So you have to see like where the costs and benefits where it is.
Our other one is we travel and we put our store on vacation mode. We're able to go in and change a lot of stuff in each listing, and we can go through and do it all for the store.
And you do get an extra % discount on your final value fees. So there are a couple things that make it worth it. If you're only very casually just starting out, I wouldn't do it. I still don't have a store on mine, but I don't sell a ton. I'm thinking about actually getting it soon for some of the benefits. But you have to kind of see how many you're doing and what the value is if you're doing higher volume or higher profit items. So those two would be ways. But check out that video. We dive into a whole bunch of different things about it.
It definitely doesn't make sense if you're not making good money at what you're doing.
Because it's going to be about, for a basic store, I think it's like $28 a month.
Yeah, roughly $30.
Yeah. I've been getting a lot of non-eBay views lately. Didn't know they got indexed into Google longer. To sit on the shelf. Yep. She's seeing where they're coming from and they're getting like where they come from. So they get Google definitely throws. If you ever search for something and notice that eBay shows up and then half the time it's already sold because it's an older listing. Like, sorry, this item's no longer available. If an item's on eBay for a long time, should you delete completely and redo?
That's all trial and error.
You play around with it.
I haven't done it as much because I have deleted it and then just relisted it. But there might be some good benefits to actually deleting the whole post and then actually, starting a new post, or a new listing. So I don't have enough. I'm not educated enough to tell you, yes, that's a great idea, because eBay's constantly changing. Their algorithms are constantly changing. So I haven't done it enough to tell you, yeah, that's a great idea. I have pulled all my listings off before, ended them with however many watchers I've had on them. And then I pulled them off and then relisted them, but I've never actually pulled one off and then started from scratch and done a new listing to see if it changed it. So we have got some good results from ending listings and then waiting a couple days and then relisting them and then getting them back into the algorithms of the new listing. We have got some good results on doing that. So yeah, that has helped, but it doesn't always help either. It sometimes, for what we sell, it just takes the right buyer coming along looking for it, whether they find it in Google, whether they find it in eBay, however they find it. It just takes the right person to wait and do it. Some great examples are just recently we sold, what were those little things called? The little encoders.
Oh, yeah.
I bought 5 of those encoders. What did I pay for those? Do you remember?
$5, right?
Yeah, I don't remember. It wasn't very much, but we bought 5 of them, and I had them sitting. These have been sitting for a couple years.
I think it was $5.
Was it? Okay, so we had them sitting for a couple years, but they weren't that big. They were small. When I show you how big they were, just a small little box. So I put them on the shelf and didn't worry about them. And I had them listed. How much did we sell them for?
$400 each.
Yeah, so $400 a piece. But that's good profit to be able to sit on there. And it just took the right buyer to come along and do it. And I think somebody bought 2 of them 1 week, and then a week and a half later, somebody bought 2 more of them. Yeah. So we still only have 1 left. But that just shows you, I mean, if it's something that's not going to kill you to sit on a shelf and sit it in the back of even a closet, or if you have a warehouse and you throw it in the back of it, whatever you're using, if it's not going to be that big to do that. Now, I could have lowered the price on that and try to sell it quicker, but these things retailed for between, I don't know, it's like over $3,000. Crazy money. So when the right person found them, no matter what, and they're brand new, when the right person found them, they were going to buy them no matter what the price was. So I probably could have raised the price to $1,000, and then they would have still bought them because they were getting that much of a discount off of retail. So
probably one of the best things you can do for your older listings is you can go in and revise them, but also consistently list new items, because that gets you'd be surprised how many times we and other people in our group list something and then something
consistency.
that has been sitting for a while sells. So it happens all the time.
Nope.
So just be consistent, and that
sure.
will help boost your other listings up for sure.
For sure.
I live in an apartment and don't have space to build a pallet. Can the freight company build one for you?
You can, but you're just going to, I mean, you have somebody else build it. You're just going to pay more money for it.
So it might not be worth it because it'll eat into your profits for sure.
But even when you say build, a lot of stuff you buy, even like that washing machine we just shipped out, I didn't have to build that pallet. You can go get free pallets from a lot of people.
A lot of stores will get rid of pallets. You know, you go ask them, hey, can I have this pallet or whatever.
Yeah.
You were getting some from Habitat, right?
Yeah.
For a little while.
Yeah.
You asked them if you could have some of their pallets.
Yeah.
So,
they didn't need them. They had a ton of extras that they would just give away. And a lot of stores are like that. They have pallets out behind the store that they'll give you. So.
One of the games I posted today already sold, was only posted for 4 hours. Awesome.
Good job. Sweet.
What are the fees for selling on eBay? So they recently changed.
They switched from using PayPal. Now they're doing managed. By the end of the year, it's going to be everybody
is on managed payments.
Yeah.
So it's roughly 11 to 12% on eBay managed payments, depending on the category and if you have a store or not. So that's kind of the rough. But that, like, before, you used to have eBay and PayPal costs together, which was about 13%, 12 or 13%. So it's roughly a 0.5 to 1% savings depending on what you're selling.
Yeah.
But so it's around 11 to 12% of your sale and shipping. So they do also take the percentage of shipping, because people back in the day ruined it for everybody and would sell the item for $1 and shipping was the rest of the cost. Because they tried to outsmart the system.
Yeah, like our washing machine, we could have sold for $0.01 and then charged $3.99 for shipping, and you wouldn't have to pay money on shipping. That's why people did that back in the day. So eBay changed their policies.
So that's why you pay
the total money that changes hands. That's what you get charged on.
I don't have a PO box. Is that bad? I'd rather not get one. You don't have to.
No,
you don't have to get one. You can totally use your address. Find someone with a truck. Yep, and pay cash for load. Any tips how to beat the Facebook Marketplace algorithm or to get maximum number of views on sale posts? It's disappointing when you post something on Marketplace only to get like 30 views. Totally agree.
That's what
we just found that out recently ourselves, and so I'm gonna do a video later in this week about kind of what we did to start boosting our views, because it was really annoying. I used to get hundreds of views on a stroller after I posted it, and now there's like 5. And I'm like, if more people saw this, I know it would sell. It is totally worth. Like, I'm not even selling it for a lot.
You know, anything with Facebook, this is what they do. Yeah. They get people sucked in with their product, and then they actually start charging for it. So it's only going to get worse on Facebook Marketplace. So
back in the day, selling groups were the jam. Before Marketplace even started, and selling groups were awesome. And then Facebook wanted a part of it, and so they created Marketplace, which was awesome as well. And it still can be very good. I think it still has potential for some items. It depends on the item, but it still has potential.
Yeah.
But you just have to do things a little different. So we're gonna have to adapt.
Yep.
But we'll send out that video later on this week too. Do you have any experience or words of advice on selling liquidation on eBay?
If it's like lower profit volume, it's going to be similar to Amazon. So liquidation stuff, I think you're talking about like pallets. You're buying pallets from wherever it is, and you're getting smaller items. We don't. It's going to be similar to Amazon doing it. We don't deal with a lot of low profit items and volume stuff. That's just not what our business model is. There's ways to do it, and there's resellers out there that do that. I just can't give you a lot of advice on it because we don't do that. It's not a lot that we do.
How do I calculate a motorcycle for shipping on eBay?
Beautiful. I love it.
No, how do you calculate a motorcycle for shipping?
For shipping? Yeah. Well, I'll give you that. I mean, it's going to go on a pallet if you're going to do it. So, and you might be able to do it without going on a pallet by going on to UShip. That's where we recommend everybody going to start out. We've honed in our skills even a little bit better than UShip, but that's where I always recommend people starting out. Jump on to UShip.
All the different.
It does. You might find a mom and pop who will ship it to wherever it's going. You might find a shipping company that'll do it and they'll want it on a pallet. So you might have to build a pallet for it, or if it will fit on a normal size pallet, you got to figure out how to strap it, build a pallet, or strap it onto the pallet. And then I probably would build a box around it as well if I was doing it. But yeah, that's UShip is where you want to go to try and calculate how much it's going to cost to do it. And if you don't have it sold, try and find a zip code as far away from you as you can. If we're in Florida, I would try and find a California zip code, and I would get an estimate on shipping from where I'm at in Florida to California, and then I would kind of rough estimate that if I'm listing it on eBay for sale, I would, maybe knock off $50 from that. And then, you have a little bit built into your price of what you're selling it for. It might be $50 more, might be $50 less, depending on how far it actually gets shipped.
Somebody else just asked, can you do drop shipping on eBay from AliExpress, Walmart.com? Is that kind of what you were just talking about?
Yeah, we don't do that stuff, so I can't give you great advice on it.
Drop shipping is not allowed, but some people still do some. So, but we're not familiar with it enough to really talk about it. So, because we don't really do that much, or at all. We'll be doing a video tomorrow on how to set up an eBay account and how to list an item.
We're not going to do how to set it up. It's very basic, but we will do how to list an item.
Go run through that real quick.
Okay.
So it'll just take a minute, and then we'll send those out tomorrow for you guys. How do I not get charged sales tax from eBay if the item is used? So eBay with the sales tax, you actually still have to. There's still sales tax that's collected on used items. It doesn't seem like there should be, but there still is. So you can get a reseller certificate when you go to buy an item and show it to wherever you're buying an item and not pay sales tax. But when you're selling on eBay, but most of the time they're collecting it, so you don't even have to worry about it. They're almost to all the states. I don't have them all.
It will be sooner,
but it will be sooner or later that they're collecting it, remitting it for you. You don't even have to worry about it. So if you notice when you make a sale and it's a couple dollars more than you originally listed it for, it's because eBay charged the buyer the sales tax and collected it. So there are only a few states left that have to actually remit the tax. We're one of them, so we have to still do it, but Florida has to still do it. But most states, you can look it up and see, does eBay collect sales tax for my state? And you're not responsible for collecting it for the other states. So you're only responsible for your state, and then you need to see if eBay is collecting it for your state or not. So I know, sorry, that's confusing, but this whole thing went down like a year and a half ago and changed the game a little bit. So eBay will take 11% of your profit on the items you sell. That's the sale price. That's their final value fees.
Yeah, right? And it's going to be between 11 and 13%. To be honest with you, they have a sliding scale. So much every $2,500. It's this flat rate. Every $500 or whatever it is over top of it. It's a weird sliding scale, but it averages out to be roughly 11 to 13%.
And then you also get discounts as you get to like top rated seller, and those kind of things will also help you out on final value fees.
Yeah.
I just asked friends to share my Facebook Marketplace items. That's a good way to do it.
Yeah,
great idea, because you never know who'll be wanting to do it. As a seller, when should you give feedback? After you receive feedback from the buyer or before you get feedback?
Sellers, typically you don't have a lot of play on that. Yeah. So back in the day when you had some,
you could actually leave regular feedback.
Exactly. Then seller, I mean, when your buyer buys the item and he pays on time, you can leave. If you're trying to gain feedback, I would leave feedback right away as a seller. Buyers, you don't want to leave feedback until you get the item and you know that it's legit, it's a good item, and it's exactly as described. So but sellers, you have really nothing to gain or lose by waiting until the buyer gets the item. If they give you a hard time, they're part of the deal. If it's completed properly and timely, I mean, there's nothing really else you can say bad about the buyer. They bought my item, they paid for it. You can't really, it doesn't allow you to leave negative feedback for a buyer. You're not allowed to do that. So
you could leave neutral.
Yeah, but it's not going to.
It doesn't do anything.
No, it doesn't. So like I said, if I mean, I don't do a lot of feedback anyways because of we have our feedback built. So I still get buyers.
You still should.
I know I should do it. I just don't. I don't spend the time doing it. But we have 100% feedback on our names, and like I said, that's what it.
But it is something that's easy to forget.
It is to just go buy it. So, but that definitely. I mean, you don't have anything to lose or gain by leaving feedback right as soon as the buyer buys from you. So as a seller. Yeah.
What's the best place to sell a ladder? Probably Facebook Marketplace or OfferUp. So it'll be your best.
The retail's not going to be really high enough to support shipping on that. So your local venues will be the best place for that.
Yeah. I might have missed some, but I think we're caught up.
Sweet.
To here. So we are going to be sending out a video.
Yep.
On starting or opening your store and you're doing a listing, how to list, and we'll get that out to you this week. If you have any more questions, throw them up while we're still here.
Yeah.
And
let's do our drawing.
Oh, almost forgot.
So remember, we got another one coming in next week. So if you want that $50.
So anybody who did the homework and posted somewhere on social media and used the hashtag so I could find it, your name's in this bucket.
do that again
$50 gift
this
card.
coming
Yep.
week. I'll let you read it.
And the homework is to list on eBay 3 items.
Yeah.
Find 3 items in one of the venues and list on eBay. And the winner of the $50 gift card is Robin Roach. Awesome. Good job, guys.
Good job, Robin.
All right. Congratulations. We'll get that out to you. I'll reach out and get your address. So we'll get that out.
Sweet.
Let's see if any other questions.
Yeah.
What do you do to get buyers to leave feedback? Seems like most people won't. I messaged them after. I actually just started building the kids account with them. Like they're trying to sell some of their toys on eBay too and build up an account. So after the transaction, after I know they received the item, I message them if they haven't left feedback and say, hey, you know, my kids are trying to build up an account, make some extra money. We would love if you're happy with your transaction. Could you please leave us some feedback? We'd really appreciate it. And that's it. And anybody I sent that message to has left feedback. So I have to go and send a couple more messages this week, actually. But
yeah,
a lot of people, most people forget. They just really we forget, and we're sellers. We shouldn't forget. Like that's important. We shouldn't forget.
Yeah, you can also put a little note in the box as well. At the top of the box, after you put everything in it, put a little note saying, "Hey, I would greatly appreciate your feedback. If this was a great transaction for you, if you're satisfied, please leave me positive feedback. It'd mean the world to me. And if you're not satisfied, please reach out to me. Let me know how I can make you satisfied. You can put a little note card. We did that back in the day when we were trying to build. You can do that as well. But just actually, like Melissa said, reaching out and saying, hey, please, if you could leave positive feedback. If you are happy, if you're not happy, let us know what we can do to fix it.
We don't tape it to the freight shipments, though.
No. But just reaching out, that's the biggest thing. So
yeah.
What else you got?
Somebody said, I did have a couple more. I thought it was against eBay's rules to ask for feedback. There is something you can't blackmail people, like basically.
Well, no, not for asking for feedback. You can remind a buyer or a seller to leave feedback. So you're not trying to pay them or blackmail somebody.
Not blackmail,
into
but
leaving
what's the
you.
word that pay them or there's another word I'm looking for. So, but you can ask them.
Yeah. There's nothing wrong with that. People forget. So you can definitely send them a
one
message.
Reminder. I wouldn't do any more than that, but and a note in the box helps too.
Yeah.
And even the note saying what you're doing. If you're a small business and you're trying to grow, just something about you, a story. You don't have to do a picture or anything. Just say we're trying to grow. Would appreciate your feedback. And that helps a lot.
Trust me, people in our group, Flipper University, they have grown their feedback a lot by just putting a little card in there with a quick note. It can be handwritten. It can be, you can print 10 of them out on a page and then cut them out and stick them in there. They have grown a lot, and you'll be able to too if you're starting out by just putting a little note in there or just emailing them and saying, please leave me positive feedback if you're satisfied. So
Kayla said eBay is doing a good job of offsetting the shipping from USPS. That is something else that we didn't talk about too. You get a huge discount for shipping through eBay. So going through their thing, you get it's 40% sometimes of discount. So
it's very,
so they
very
give
big.
You a good discount
because
shipping.
eBay is so big. I mean, just to explain it to you, eBay's so big. They have an account with USPS, UPS, and FedEx. So they're able to get the rates from those carriers down so far because they're just such a big community that's actually buying from them. Those carriers offer them discounted rates.
And they pass it on to you.
They do. They pass it to us to be able to print with them.
Which is great.
And then save. Yeah, typically, I mean, we always save 25% off of a label printing through eBay. So you definitely want to take advantage of that as well.
Blake asks, how can I join your program?
That's cool. Next week. You wait till next week. We are actually doing
we're going to open it up next week too.
Yeah.
So next Friday. So we'll have some more information for you there.
Yep.
And we actually have a list if you want. I'll put the link there if you want to jump on so you're first to know about it. We have some extra things going out for those people too. So I'll put the link right here. Make sure. Thank you. Awesome.
Cool.
You're making UPS and FedEx more used too. Yeah. Yep.
For sure.
So yeah.
Cool.
All right, guys. I think we're caught up. Awesome. Thanks so much.
Great call, guys. Love the questions.
Yeah,
hopefully, you guys got some value out of this. But
sorry if we missed any. We try. Yeah. It's hard to read, but we try our best.
Yeah. Post them this week. If you guys have any more questions, post them in there. We'll try to get to them. Sorry, we haven't been super on top of it. We've had a lot of stuff going on, but we'll try and get a little bit better this week about getting any questions that you have answered. And then, we'll see you guys back. Don't forget, post 3 items on eBay.
On eBay. We'll get that how to list on eBay out tomorrow, and we can go through any obstacles you might have had or anything or any wins and sales you got next week. So we're excited to talk about that next week. So
cool.
All right. So congrats, Robin.
That's it. You guys rock.
Else.
Have a great week. We'll see you next week.
All right. Bye, guys.
See ya.
Good night.